The next thing is to revisit something I never wanted to talk about again in my whole life. If I've done one party in my life, I must have done 5,000. And at one time, I did 8 home parties a week, because my claim to fame at one time, Darius will be asleep in a minute, at one time we had £10, 6 eggs and 3 children. That's all we had in the world. So the only way that I could make ends meet quickly was to get cash in my hand. I had one £10, how I learned to talk to people, because every time I handed my last £10 over, I sort of held it back so I didn't want to give it them. I got to talk to them to see whether they'd book a party or a joint. And I was like, and that's what I learned in blitzing, which we can talk about, that when you have a pack and you come to give it to somebody, and he said, oh Jennifer, and you just go like this, but I'm holding on to it so I don't let it go. And it means then she's got to engage with me teeth and eyes. And it means that I can talk to her for longer because I've still got hold of it, and that was me with my £10. I didn't dare let it go. So went on to do 8 parties a week. Another claim to fame was that Darius reminded me the other day of 6 o'clock in a dairy in the morning. That's when they finish the shifts, and I was there with my display set up to talk to them, because that was going to be their end of their evening, if you will, 6 a.m. To actually get the business in, and it meant that from 8 parties I had full-time cash coming in, and I could keep us going for longer. So I did think I was coming into a social media environment and that my home party days were gone. Guess what? Can you just tell us a bit more about home parties? But one thing I will say, it's not unusual at a home party to do between £400 and £1,000. And there's certainly, because in parties we attack the senses. And when we attack the senses and people can hear about the product, they can see it, they can try it, they can smell it, then what happens is they are instant fix, and it's a quick fix and an instant desire to buy. So it isn't unusual to take hundreds of pounds more when we go on to do home parties. So it's something, again, choices, options, not necessary. Do it if you want, don't if you don't. But definitely a way to boost your PRS and meet more recruits and get more bookings is to do the home parties. Now, the one thing I would say is timing is everything. Don't get me wrong, when I used to go out and do parties, I'd be home sometimes 1 or 2 o'clock in the morning, because I'd stop nattering at the end. That was like my social life. Big mistake. I was running a business, and not everybody wanted you there till that time, when they had to kick me out. But it was like, I start at 8, I finished at 10, packed up, and I'm gone. Because I'm running a business and I'm looking at an hourly rate. So timing is everything. And when you go to the party, you set up half an hour before, you're discussing who's coming along, etc. And you have a general introduction. Your demonstration and your presentation shouldn't take any longer than 40 to 45 minutes, and you need a full hour to talk to people individually, to build the sale, to look at their individual needs, and for you to be able to then generate your business. The one thing I would say as well is that you must be commercial. So if you were a commercial television company, you would get paid on your advertising. So is the quality of your advertising good enough for people to say, that's me, I want to join, that's me, I want to book, and that's me, I want to buy? So regular commercials throughout your party in that 45-minute presentation are essential. And I've set you up a display today based on a summer theme featuring our kudos for June. And that would be what I would be featuring at my parties this month, because I don't want to tell people everything that I've nothing to tell them when I see them next. Some people like to play games, and you can go on partydivas.com, and there's hundreds and thousands of games on there. My particular favourite one is the points game, and the reason it's my favourite is because it is commercial and it tells me who is going to book and who is going to join, because within the points game it will lead you. So shall I just go through it quickly with you, and then you can see how you can build your business even with a game. So everybody has an order form, a plain piece of paper, and you start off and you say, I wonder who came here by car. I wonder who came here from afar. Give yourself 6 when you came by car. So then put the points in for what they did then. Were you on time, not 1 minute late? Punctuality pays, give yourself 8. Count all your buttons, each one gives you 1, unless they are white, and then you get 0. Score yourself 2 if you choose to wear pink. Take them right off if you've left dishes in the sink. Boys are a treat, on that we agree. For every boy you have, give yourself 3. As we all know, girls are always worth more. For every daughter you have, score yourself 4. Who in the room is my next VIP? Score 50 more points when you're a party host for me. So I've given the bigger amount of points for somebody who's considering a party. Okay, I'm in this poll. You with it? Okay.
Logging it.
Oh, okay. Score 20 points when you kiss your partner or lover today, unless you kiss both, and then you are in trouble. Take off the 20. So that's all there is. You can total your score, unless you're my very special guest. There is just one more. Uplift, empower and validate with me. Let's have a coffee and add yourself 30 points. So a little rhyme like that, 80 of those points are going to come from either booking or wanting to know more about the business. And the rest is just nonsense. Then you add the points up and you give the gift to the most points. So again, it's fun, but it's got a purpose. And that's what I don't want to lose sight of, the commerciality of what the home parties are. But somebody who knows as much about this as me, and who's very, very successful, I'm going to bring Kirsty back on, and she wants to tell you a story about our next guest speaker.
Every now and then, ladies, you'll find someone in your business who is a rock star. And this next lady, she's such an inspiration. She really inspires me. She's always there. She's always encouraging people, welcoming them into the group. She's always well done, well done. She's from Glasgow. She came down to Bolton the other week for a meeting. She's just such an amazing woman, and I just want to say thank you. But anyway, I'm going to tell you a little story. The first time I met this lady, I came to Glasgow on my own on the train, and she took me out for a meal. And anyway, we finished our meal, and we were going out to the car, and I looked behind me, and she weren't there. I'm like, shit, I'm in Glasgow on my own on the car park. Where is she? And I waited about 10 minutes, she's still not out, so I went looking in this restaurant for her. Couldn't find her. Anyway, she came out eventually. I said, where have you been? What have you been doing? She said, oh, I've been in the back with the waitresses. I've just been booking a party for the end of the month. For when they all get paid. So I just want to say, I just want to make a point of saying, Mags, you're amazing, and I really, really appreciate everything you do in my group, because you're always there to help and inspire people. So thank you. She's the party queen as well. She's brilliant. She's just on it all the time. Oh yeah.
I feel a bit of a fraud and Nadine's in the room.
Don't be
silly. Right. Let's have me knock off at your door. So parties, home parties, ladies. Who's tried them so far? Anybody done one? How's it going? Did you enjoy it?
Yeah.
Was it a grueling first? Getting to that door and going, here we go.
This one I did was at the mum's, so it was all
That's all
people
friends,
in.
right.
So that brought
That's a
in-
good way to break yourself in. First home party I did with
Yeah.
Unique was in my own house with my own friends and family and neighbours, and it's a good testing ground, and I would recommend that as a starting point to everybody. So home parties, as Nadine says, there's no, real limit to what you can earn at a home party. Think big and be your best commercial, absolutely. And don't forget, we are a business, and I liked what you said about your time, because literally I'll give myself 2 hours at a home party, and I may know the hostess really well and she may want me to sit on and stay, but I've got lots to do. We're all busy with Facebook, we're all busy with other things in our lives, and for me to book out a night for a home party, whether it's midweek or whether it's a weekend, it's taking me away from my family, and I have to be really conscious of myself to make sure that I'm just spending the time I need to do. It is a business, it is not my social life, it is, I'm there to do a job, and I go in, I do the job, I get my sales, and I'm very professional, and then I leave. So thanks for that point, because that is really important. You have to value your own time. So you are the expert in the room. That's the one thing you've got to remember at all times. You are the person that knows most about the products in the room. You are your own best advert. But you're also there for their entertainment that night. So if you're going to be totally, just focused on talking business, talking products, you're not going to sell anything, because nobody wants to buy from somebody that's just You need to make it a fun event. You need to get them interactive. And one of the games that I use, that I learned from Jackie, that really helps break the ice, and it's a fantastic one. We did it at a training event, and it worked really well with our team, to show them how it worked. And it's a demonstration of a raffle. Now I'll start the night by saying, right, tonight, usually I'll have, again, the other thing I picked up from Vivian, is make it a charity. Link it to a charity. Some of my hostesses will pick their own charity that they're going to do. My last big event was a Macmillan charity event. I quite often make it a pink lashes and fizz night for breast cancer. So that's what I'll do at my home, and I'll have the tin out for the breast cancer and the balloons. Make sure you've linked to their website, make sure that you've posted that on Facebook, that that's what your event's also in aid of, and so much of your order percentage is going towards a charity. People will quite happily put money in a tin for you as well, which adds value to the party, and makes people think that it's not all about just you making money. So again, that's a top tip from Viv. The raffle. So you sell the tickets for the raffle. Generally, I'll have a third. If I know how many people are going to arrive at the party, I'll have a third of the gifts to give out for the raffle available to give. So the last party I had was 12 girls, so I had 4 prizes, one of which is always wine, because what do we know, girls? Drunk girls buy. Correct. It's now my catchphrase. Everybody needs one. So one of them is always wine. And make sure up front that you say, we are going to be giving out these prizes, but if I'm going to set a prize at your feet, it may not be where it ends up. So it gets them thinking, what on earth are you talking about? So I'll go round and I'll dot the prizes round the room. And some of them will be very inexpensive out of the lovely Poundland, and some of them will be Christmas presents that I don't actually want, and some of them will be re-gifting's always good, it's not a bad thing. So it's make it as cost effective for yourself. Don't be out a lot of money giving out gifts. But quality wine, Aldi's is magic. Get the £3.29 Prosecco, it goes down a treat. So you've got your gifts round, you've sold your raffle tickets. I'll sell them in strips for £1. You put all your strips into your little bag. I've always got a purple bag that I put my things in. The hostess draws out the strips and shouts the numbers. Whoever's got that strip of numbers goes and picks up the prize that they want that's at somebody else's feet. So they nick a prize off somebody. Everybody nicks the wine. What does that say about my friends? Plenty. So that's how the night goes on. So they go about until all the strips that you've sold are out the bag, and everybody's nicked all the prizes. And it can end up that one girl ends up with everything at her feet, and she's the winner. But it gets them all moving, it gets them all laughing and joking with each other. oh no, you're not getting, not cuddling the wine bottle like that. No, you're not getting it. Or yeah, you can have that pack of, emery boards, quid at Poundland, who cares? That's all that kind of interaction, and it just gets them a wee bit buzzy, a wee bit entertainment, and it gets them in the mood for what you're going to start with. So that's kind of how I break the ice. The other big one which I do, which again is a great commercial one, which again is from the lovely Jackie, is the telephone game. Now I'll stand them all up in the room and I'll go, right ladies, everybody who's got a phone here with them, get your phone out. Right, everybody, do you all know how to add a contact on your phone? Right, okay, type in Lash Lady, type in 07 800 753 161. I'm going to count to 5 and I want you all to press dial. You all press dial. First person that gets through to me gets a lip pencil or something that I've gifted for the night. You've then got them in your contacts list. And they've got you as Lash Lady. You are their mascara bird. End all. It works a treat. And it's a great way to collect, because the bits of paper and stuff, things can go missing, but if you've got them all already in your phone, it's fantastic. And say some of them don't get through, and you go, I only got 8 calls in. What number was yours when they're putting their order in? And they're on one of them. Could you just put it into my contacts then? And it just is another wee conversation. So that's a fantastic one, again, a good icebreaker, and it's commercial. So demos are really important. I've come in with my little black bag. I believe there's an enormous unique one on its way to me. Can't wait till it arrives. Can't wait for this beast to arrive. This is how I rock up at people's door. I have this £24.99 off eBay. It has, I totted it up for the benefit of my team, because I lend this out to my team. It has absolutely every product we do in here. It is to the value of £2,500 worth of products in here. And it's very important, if you are going to collect with your Y-Cash and make it available to your team, then it's very important you've got an inventory. You make them sign it, you tell them the value of it, and if it doesn't come back complete, they have to order what's missing for you. Because it does happen. People nick pencils, lip glosses, light fingered. You never believe it, would you? Tramps, exactly. But it happens. It happens. So that is absolutely every foundation we have, every single pencil, every lip gloss, every lip stain, every 32 eye pigments. I love them. The little jewels in my box. I love them. So I lend that out to the team, and they get to use that at parties. And sometimes if it's their very first party, I'll go along and help. However, if they get more confident, they feel they want to have the full range, especially if they're like salons or makeup artists. They want to do demos on people, and that's really important, that they can colour match and they can demo colours, and then you get much bigger orders, trust me. So about demos, things that we do. First thing I'll always demo is the lip pencils. Have you all used the lip pencil and the eye pencils on the back of people's hands to show them how wax based they don't rub off, they don't smudge? That's the first thing we demo. It's really important the order you demo things in, because if you demo uplift first, guess what? Your lip pencils rub off. Learned that the hard way. So first thing up is eye and lip pencils in everybody's back of everybody's hand. Let them see it, let them try it, let them touch it, let them feel it, let them experience. Next thing, what do you think would be the next best thing to go after lip pencils and eye pencils? Stains. Lip stains. Can't keep enough of them in stock. Can't keep enough of them in stock. Lip stains. I once came away from a party, not that long ago actually, because I'd had some wine and I got picked up and dropped off. And the back of my hand looked like a patchwork quilt, because every time I put a lip stain down on it, could I remember which colour it was I put on my hand? No, and she went, no, I like that one better, and I'd have to dab another one and go, no, that one's sappy. No, is that sappy? What one's that? The only one I can ever recognise is Skittish and Sultry. That's it. And the rest are all like, oh, is that shy? So it's a case of just dabbing it round. What colour do you like best? And are you a kind of peachy pinky girl, or what do you wear? Get the conversations going, get them thinking about the colours they wear, what they would suit them, and the lip stains they want them. That they just like, it's like, that you should do it. And add a lip pencil, there's a £30 sale. Mascara, get a volunteer who, I like girls who have not got extensions on their lashes or don't wear falsies regularly, that are maybe a bit quiet and sitting in the back and a wee bit subdued, perhaps, and don't wear a lot of makeup. Get them out, get mascara on them, and they go, wow, it opens their eyes, it opens up their face. Everybody can see a bigger difference with somebody who doesn't wear a lot of makeup than somebody who does.
Can I just add,
Yep.
my mum was paralysed down the left side of her face, and her eye drooped. So I've only been wearing it for about a month, and not one of them, sitting down tonight. But she used mascara just on that eye, and it lifted her whole
Lifts her
eye
face,
up,
doesn't it?
and
Opens
she was
it.
amazed how different. So she's going to do 2 layers on that
Yeah.
eye and 1 on the other, so that it kind of
Balances.
out.
Brilliant idea. And it makes such a difference because then everybody notices, and I haven't been at a party yet where everybody hasn't got at least a mascara. I mean, basically it's a requirement to get through the door. Leaving your mascara.
Question.
Yep.
See when you're demoing your mascara, do you use disposable
Yes, I
ones?
do, always.
And do you get the same results? Because I've been told
Yes.
that the results aren't nearly as good.
I do.
So I've been told never to use them.
Which ones do you use?
I use the ones off eBay, 100 for £3.29 or something. No problem.
For the
I do-
fibres as well?
I don't ever, no, you can't use it. Fibre stick, you've got to use your fibre stick. But the mascara, the liquid always, it's more for your own peace of mind, because my kit goes to lots of parties, and I make sure that the girls know if you're using demoing that, you must use the disposable ones that are in there for it. Same with the pigments, you know, I'll have a set of brushes in there that goes to the party as well. Make sure you're clean and hygienic with your brushes always. I'll have a fresh set of blending buds. I was very fortunate that the month we had the kudos of blending buds, I had shed loads of them. I've got loads of them, and I leave them everywhere I go. And they're the best thing ever, and you know, they do sell really well with the contour kit. Other thing to make sure you demo is the primer. Nothing touches our primer. I have a baby who's 21, who's a complete MAC baby, and if any of you seen her on Facebook, she's, yeah, but she was a total MAC addict, and MAC primer, and MAC this, and MAC, and I'm like, la 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 la, don't talk to me about it. She now won't go anywhere without our primer, our bottle of Refreshed, and she always uses all our pencils. Now she still sticks with her Cake It On thick foundation. I'm doing my best. a little bit at a time, but she would not go past our primer, and she sells that primer to everybody she does makeup on. She'll do, like, how many makeups will Laurie do on a Saturday night? 6 or 7 to her friends, and she sells primers like nobody's business. Primers and pencils, and brows, doing brow pencils. She's just a little machine and things like that. So that's on one hand that hasn't got the pencils on it, or the lip stains. And then the very last thing I always demo, because it's 50 quid's worth of a fantastic sale if you can get it, is your uplift. And everybody asks you, is it that ageless stuff? Is that the stuff that's going to make my wrinkles go away? Yes, but in time, not instantly. However, it won't make your makeup look like crummy all over your face either. The uplift is such a fantastic sale. Always have the pictures on your phone or your iPad of, I like to use the ones that we've got in our team because it's our actual team who put their results up. We've got sun wrinkled chests, we've got necklines, we've got eye wrinkles, we've got lip wrinkles, we've got lip creases, all of that changing over a 2-week period. And people don't believe you, but you go, well, do you know Mel Cadden's mum? Yes, this is one of my team. Yes, I know Irene really well. Well, that's Irene. Is it? It is. That's her after 2 weeks. And that has such a powerful effect. If they know the person who it's happened to, and they can lift the phone or they can private message her on Facebook if she's a friend and go, was that a con? No, actually I'm still using it and it's amazing, blah, blah, blah. Sells it. That's another thing. Mel sells loads of uplift from her mum's pictures. So make sure that's, you always, everybody's kind of hesitant because it is the most expensive thing in our kit.
Mel's mum is now unique famous.
She is world famous now, says she. She used to not even do her Facebook, she has to now. Other things I use at parties, I don't know if you all have access to the Lash Divas site, but you'll have seen things like this at benefit and makeup counters where you use the makeup faces. I always take those to parties because they're fantastic for people to write down colours, foundation colour they like, lip pencil they like, and it's almost they're writing their order. By doing that, they're writing their order out. And they may not have all the money today, but follow up is key, because they may say to you, do you know when I'm having my party, can you take a copy of everything that I've put on that and remind me that that's the colours I liked, because I'll get them with the like cash when I do the party. Of course I will. So these are key, and also your order forms, make sure you've got them printed out, you hand them out at the start of the party. If you've got lots of catalogues like Kirsty has at the back, make sure everybody's got a catalogue and they can flip through it at their leisure. They're writing down things that they want to buy. And my last party that I had did 800 quid, and the hostess got 137 quid for makeup. Oh my god. She's sitting thinking of things that she had to buy. She's like, what can I get now? What else can I get? So she just, you know, and that was such a fantastic advert. I posted the picture of that parties, like party points and half price items and everything on Facebook, and that books you your next parties, no problem. Tell all the girls there, look how much Lisa has earned from this party. She's now picking an entirely new makeup bag thanks to you lovely ladies. Thank you very much for your orders. You know, I'll process that in a bulk order, collect them in 10 days, 10 working days, they'll be delivered to Lisa's house. However you're doing it, make sure they understand if they're getting it delivered direct to them, they're paying the post and packing themselves on their card on the night. I have a card reader. Another thing that I think is really important, if you want to contact for a card reader, give us a shout. It works really well, it's in my bank in 2 days, and it's quality, it works everywhere. And it's not expensive. But it lets you process individual orders as well as do bulk orders. So you can do lots of card readers on the night, take their individual payments to your bank account. 2 days later, when it's in your bank, you can then put that bulk order through with your unique card because the money's in your account. So it works that way for me. Anything else? Any other questions about parties? What's worked, what hasn't worked for you girls?
Shout. Just at the end of every party, make sure that you're asking for your next party.
That's
that night.
Yeah, that's one thing. When I sit down, I sit at a wee table after they've all had to play with the kit and they've all picked their foundations and whatever, and they're all getting wine. And I'll sit at a wee table and I'll be writing the orders out and making sure I've got everybody's order and whatever, and I'll be sitting and saying, so you want before you booking a party, do you fancy doing this? Oh yeah, but I'm going holiday in a fortnight, so it'll be such and such. Okay, well if I phone you on X, when you get back, we'll put a date in the diary for your party. Yeah, that all right? That's so fine. And again, I haven't had a party that's been less than 500 quid. And the smallest party I had 3 people at it. But everybody got a makeup demo done, and they all got everything. And I wasn't expecting that. You were not expecting me to go, all right, what your primer, foundation, da 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 da. Different people have different budgets, and never prejudge. And always make sure you have mascaras for that girl who just wants mascara on the night. If you can possibly have a stock of mascaras on the night, that makes such a difference too, because if they can walk away with it in their hand and then they tell everybody they meet about it, and fantastic, and you're their lash lady, you're in their phone, referrals come from that. They'll go, oh, Max did this party for me, she got me this mascara, I had it straight away on the night, I didn't have to wait, blah blah blah. Bang, another sale, another private message on Facebook, do you have any of that mascara left? No. Really? Of course I do.
I think I learned from a previous company, always make yourself look really busy instead of
always.
When do you want the party, or you
No.
have any time in August.
No.
it makes you look quite unprofessional.
I always put, like, the
Yeah.
dates available I have for July are, and there's 4,
Yeah.
because Jackie will know, I've got horses. I'm giving up seeing my horse jump in a horse years old qualifier today to be here. It's a big deal. Trust me, it's a big deal. I don't give up much for Unique, but that was a biggie for me to be here today. But definitely, always make your time look
Even if you
limited.
block time out in your diary for, you know, a night out with the girls, pretending to party, or if it's a night
Oh,
where
I'm
you
really
haven't-
busy that night,
yeah,
sorry, yeah.
or if you haven't got childcare that night.
Oh, the other
just
thing
put
I'll
something
do-
party and put like little lights, you know, it's not really.
Yeah.
And it just makes you look.
But the other thing I'll do is like, oh, I've got a lunch party on that day, but I've got an evening free if you're free that night. Or like, even if it's just me nicking in the salon to get my nails done again, it's a party. Party for me. I'm selling mascara before I leave. I am selling mascara before I leave. And just treat yourself as a business. Don't, this is not a hobby. If you're in this room today, this is not a hobby. You're running a business. You're always recruiting, you're always booking, you're always selling. You are the face of Unique. You have to be professional at all times. It's the one thing that my real job, very boring pharmaceutical sales job, taught me is people buy professionals. People buy people, and they buy trust, and they buy loyalty, and they'll buy from somebody they respect. And it's all about how you present yourself. It's all about the feeling that people get when you're around them. So always have that in your head. You can be having the shittest day, you may have had the biggest argument before you left the house with your other half. You know, your kid could be giving you all manner of grief, requesting X amount of money to be sent across the world because, you know, whatever drama has beset her this day. And you just go, oh my God. But when you've got somebody in front of you, it's like, oh, fantastic, I'm so busy, but yeah, I'm so pleased you turned up today, that's brilliant, let's talk about, oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. What is it you really want to do? How much do you think you're going to need to earn? Just all that stuff.
You just think that everyone's got a sticker on their head saying making me feel special.
Exactly. You'd be fantastic at this. Your salon's so busy. Think of all these people as being mascara customers. That'd be amazing. How much money would that be? All of that stuff. So everything you've heard today, you put it into home parties, you become a very successful business. Since I joined Unique, I can honestly say that an average month, if I've got the head on, and it doesn't always happen, Jackie will tell you, it doesn't always happen, nobody's perfect, but if I've got the head on, it's a £2,000 PRS month for me, personally, every month. And that's kind of why I got the cruise, because I went, I'll have that.